you?
I'm great. How are you?
I have watched Stouts over the years. We've known each other for a long time, and I've seen all the cool things that you guys always do. You're always top of the game in the motor coach industry, and now being in the tourism industry, how's that going? I know you must love it.
It's great. Last year we became a full service travel agency, but our true love is still our 1 and 2 day motor coach trips, which is why we're on the show today. What makes us unique with those is the Stout family owns its own buses, so that when you get on our motor coach trips, the driver's actually an employee. So he really cares as much about the trips as we do when we're putting them together. But while we pause to let the heroes of our nation prevail, we're open. We continue to work really hard, discovering new places, putting together itineraries that everybody is yearning for, so that when we get the green light, we're ready to roll.
We're trying to educate a little bit about what is it that you guys do at Stouts and who travels or takes your trips?
Okay, we are a full service travel agency, but our main and huge focus is on 1 and 2 day bus trips. We cater to the individual traveler and groups of all sizes. You could be 2 people, 4 people, 6, 10, 20. It doesn't matter. We have scheduled departure dates. You can pick up at one of our convenient locations, get on the bus, and just enjoy a great day with us. If your group gets to be 30, 40, 50 or more people, then you become a private group and you can pick your own date to travel. You can alter the itinerary slightly, and then of course we give you a private pickup. But we do cater to the individual traveler as well as groups of all sizes.
That's cool. I like that. Because one thing I love about it, like I had mentioned, is I can take a couple of my friends and jump on a trip that you have and get the benefits of a group package. But when I start posting all over social media and everyone's seeing how much fun I'm having and they want to start following me and then I get my own bus, I mean, that could literally happen, right?
It could, and you would also benefit from probably a free trip. So if anybody out there in the audience wants to become a group leader, they just need to get 40 or more people, and there you go. You travel for free.
Ooh, so we're talking. I love it. Well, again, you guys have tons of trips that you put together around the year, and I'd asked you to pull out some things that would help support some of the local flavor of New Jersey. And so we went down to LBI and met with Steve, and he was saying you guys have had a long-standing relationship with them.
Surflight is near and dear to all of our hearts at Stouts. We are a Jersey-based company. Everyone that works there is a Jersey native. So whenever we can promote and take people to a Jersey venue, it's just all that more exciting for us. The Surflight Theatre is coined Broadway at the beach. We love it. The production company is phenomenal. Prior to going to the theater, we'll take you to a lunch somewhere along the Barnegat Bay or the inlets, which are always on the water. And then we go on to the island for the show, and it's just a great production. People really love this trip.
Yeah, he really loves you guys, just so you know. And no, it was a great interview. And so let's go over and everyone meet Steve. So, Steve, welcome to the show.
Hi, thanks.
So before we get into your story about Surflight Theatre, tell us a little bit about Steve and how you got into producing and love that stuff.
Well, it's a long story that I'll try to make really short, because right out of college, I was a professional musician and I toured the country a lot. And then after 5 years of that, I went home and got a real job and did that and started doing theater avocationally. And then I started doing a lot of theater, and then I decided I'm going to go to New York and see what happens. So I did, and I was very fortunate. I worked a lot. I did 3 Broadway shows, 2 off-Broadway, several tours, and then started directing. And then my wife and I decided that it was time to maybe move out of New York. She had always wanted to be like, her idea was to have a dinner theater. Neither of us had ever done this, and this opportunity at Surflight Theatre came up. They were looking for a new artistic director, and I applied. And I, never having done it, we thought we should do it someplace and learn about it before we try to do it with our own money. And we ended up being here and loving it, and so that's why we're here, and that's how I got into it.
Wow, that is really cool. You guys, I was looking, on your website, just trying to get a little history. So they celebrated 70 years. Tell us a little history about the building itself, and then how it got into theater.
It started in 1950. It was a fellow by the name of Joseph P. Hayes. And Joe was a broad, New York dancer. There was an opportunity because there was a show that couldn't get investors, and Joe had a little bit of money, and he decided to invest in this show that couldn't get any investors at all, and it turned out to be Guys and Dolls. This was like in 1948 or 49, and so Joe took the money that he made on that show and decided to open a summer theater, loved Beach Haven, and opened it. It was in a big giant tent, and then it moved a couple more times and ended up in a former mechanic's garage right down the street from where I'm sitting. And it was there in the former mechanic's garage with folding chairs and a tin roof, and you couldn't hear when the rain came, and people would go down the block to the Borough Hall to use the restrooms because there weren't any. And in 1986, you might remember there was a real serious club fire in Rhode Island. And all of a sudden, fire marshals got really, really picky about, and rightfully so, about public meeting places. And the theater was condemned as a public meeting place. And so they ended up raising money and building the building that I'm in now, and it opened in 1987. But so that's how we got to 70 years, and this one's been going pretty strong ever since. That
is amazing. Now, in there I mentioned something about an ice cream parlor.
Yeah, in 1975, Joe Hayes got the idea that an ice cream parlor with singing waiters and waitresses would be a really fun thing at the beach. And he had his banker became a business partner in this venture called Showplace Ice Cream Parlor, and it opened in 1975. And it is next door. It's literally right across the patio in the same complex, and it seats about 120 people, and it has ridiculous amounts of ice cream sold every summer. People have a great time. You should go on YouTube, Showplace Ice Cream Parlor. You'll see how crazy it is. It's really a lot of fun. And it also, because we're now a nonprofit organization, which is something I engineered in 2001, that ice cream parlor kind of works like the Metropolitan Museum of Art's gift shop. A whole lot of money is raised at the ice cream parlor, and it supports the work of the theater.
So, community theater. You guys talk about your actors and your productions, because, community theater can be affordable and very good.
Well, in my opinion, community theater is kind of a misnomer for us, because community theater generally implies amateur, and this is not. This is a professional theater. Everybody's paid. In fact, we have actors that we have an agreement with Actors Equity Association. And so the members of the union and the stage managers from the union can come and perform here. We had Boynton Beach Club was a brand new show, and we had 8 equity actors in it and 4 other professional actors in the show. And between the 8 equity actors that were in the show, they had over 40 Broadway shows in their resume. And I was in the show, and I had the least number. I had 3. Yeah, we had one that had 10 Broadway shows, another one that had 8.
And what I do love about the community theater, now just give everyone a look. I mean, are your ticket prices like $125?
No. Our ticket prices for a single show are $41. So yeah, it is very affordable, and that's what you were talking about before. It's very affordable. We work very, very hard to make sure that our prices are within the budget of people that want to come here. Group prices are even better.
Speaking of that, we were talking to Vivian earlier. How long have you been working with Stouts?
Oh, many years. Many years. The Stouts not only serves as a proprietary bus company for groups that book Stouts to come, Stouts also sells the group packages that we provide with the restaurants. And so they'll get like 4 people and 2 people and 6 people, and they end up being a group of 40 some people, or close to 50 people that don't know each other when they start, but do by the time they're on their way back.
That's what I love. It's so cool, because I could never get 40 people together to do one thing. But you can join a group of 40 people that have the same interests. They want to go to the theater, right?
Sure. Absolutely.
And you may make some lifetime friends, which I have known it to be done. And
Absolutely.
In addition to that, so then you guys are year-round theater production?
Pretty much. We do concerts in the early part of the year generally, and then beginning in either late May or early June, we then do shows really back to back, one right after the other, all the way up until early October, and then we do another one in December. And there's concerts throughout the summer as well. The actors are off on Mondays, and so when the actors are off on Mondays, we'll have somebody, like we have this year we have a Frankie Valli tribute. We've got a Linda Ronstadt tribute coming. We've got the Edwards twins, who are male and female impersonators, who are fantastic. And we have the actual real Oak Ridge Boys coming August 31st.
And so, I mean, this is fantastic. And I call these our little hidden gems of New Jersey. Another thing that's really important is Mother's Day is coming up. And would this not just make the best Mother's Day gift?
We do a lot of gift certificates where people will buy either for $1 amount, or 2 tickets to a show, or 2 tickets to 3 shows, or just whatever. And they're available and usable for any time over the next couple of years. So yeah, a lot of people buy gift certificates. We do a lot of that in December, actually.
Yeah. Well, at some point, we're all going to be back to normal, whatever that will look like.
Yes.
Well, I want to thank you so much for taking time to come on and getting to learn more about this little hidden gem, Surflight, and the ice cream parlor, which I didn't really know about that part. So now I have to check out both. And just thank you so much for coming on to the show. This has been my pleasure.